I have not shot a YouTube video in so long, but I'm excited to be back on here. And I just think it's so important that I, as a midlife woman who has helped thousands of women, you know, get back control of their bodies, get back control of their health, their hormones, and all of those things, that I do what I can to get the message out there of, what's going on with your body right now, the things that you can do that actually work, and why you shouldn't wait or hesitate to get started, even if you haven't hit perimenopause or menopause yet. So one of the biggest complaints I get in working with women over 40 is weight gain. Okay. And that weight gain can be contributed to many different things that are going on at this point in time in their life. Lower levels of energy, hormone imbalances, stress are just a few. But a lot of times women just feel like hopeless. Like there's just, we're told that, oh, just wait until you hit this age, or just wait until you hit, menopause. I don't know if you guys remember that, but when I was younger, I was always told, like, just wait till that happens. And then all of a sudden, you'll see what it's like, and you're going to gain weight and all of these things. And so for so many of you, and myself even, believing that that's just automatically what happens as we age, a lot of times we just kind of just settle for the fact that that's just the way things are, when it doesn't need to be that way. So a couple things I want to talk about today are why women start to gain weight as they're going through perimenopause and menopause, and what role does your hormones play in that. So one of the things that's happening during perimenopause is there's a lot of fluctuation in your hormones during perimenopause. So you'll have months where estrogen levels are high. You'll have other months where estrogen levels are low. And the balance between your estrogen and progesterone are just way off. It's just constantly like a roller coaster. That will lead to a lot more symptoms of PMS, and can also lead to things like estrogen dominance and weight gain during perimenopause. So, and a lot of times just all of the symptoms that we're feeling from these imbalances of hormones just make it so that we don't feel so much like, going to the gym, or going out and working, or going out for a walk, or eating nutritious food, all of those things. So we'll start to see the weight just like kind of slowly start to increase during perimenopause. Also, everything that's going on in your body during perimenopause can be very stressful on the body. So all of these changes and fluctuations are perceived as stress. And then if you add on top of that the stress that you're already experiencing from just life, right? Perimenopause, usually we've got like either teenage kids or kids going off to college. A lot of us have careers and things like that. And you just, pile all those things together. And that is just, one perfect storm for stress. So all of these things can be what are contributing to weight gain during perimenopause. Okay. Then we enter menopause. And this is the time where estrogen and other hormones just kind of take a dive. Okay. So it's just they start to tank, and we start to experience other things that we start to experience some things that are really related to, like the loss of estrogen, the loss of progesterone, the loss of testosterone. Okay. And those things would be like, the lowering of your energy levels. Okay. If you've got less energy, you're less likely to feel like working out, or you may not feel as much strength in your workouts. You're also probably not as active. You might not even notice it, but your activity level might just be starting to decrease more, which means you're burning less calories, right? So also the loss of estrogen means loss of muscle. So for, many women out there who are either not strength training, or they're not doing the right type of workouts, they're starting to lose muscle. And this is slowing down their metabolism, which is therefore leading to weight gain. Okay. Another reason women will start to experience more weight gain is inflammation. All right. So sometimes What we perceive as body fat could instead be more inflammation in the body. Being in menopause can put us in a state of having more inflammation, but also everything else, our lifestyle, our nutrition, all of those things. We tend to be a little bit more susceptible to inflammation during menopause. So this can be leading to more of our weight gain. And then insulin resistance is another big factor. Okay. So as we lose estrogen, our body becomes a little bit more insulin resistant. And if our diets tend to be high in sugar and, processed foods, high processed carbohydrates, all of those type of things, you are going to be more susceptible at this time to insulin resistance, which is going to lead to more storage of fat in that belly area. Okay. Another thing with the loss of estrogen, our bodies are trying so hard to make more estrogen. And one way our body can do that is through body fat. Okay. So when our body wants to make estrogen, it will sometimes store more of that fat so it can try to make more estrogen. So we kind of, again, have this perfect storm going during menopause that can lead to more weight gain. Now, is it impossible to, maintain your weight during these periods of time, or is it impossible to lose weight? No, absolutely not. I myself have been able to, take that extra weight I was putting on during perimenopause and lose that belly fat, grow more muscle during this period of time, been able to maintain. And I've worked with thousands of women now that have felt like so hopeless. Like I just, they've tried everything in the world. Everything that worked for them before is no longer working. And we have been able to change this for them. Okay. We've done this by, making some tweaks, to what they're doing. Okay. Working on improving their nutrition so that they do have better energy levels. A lot of times the reason women's energy besides their hormones is so low is that they're not feeding their body properly. They're not eating balanced meals. They're not eating enough protein, all of these things. So we work on their nutrition, okay? We work on their workouts. We make sure that their workouts are really focused on building muscle. This is like one of the most important things that we can do at this age, okay? But we need to make sure that we're also fueling our body properly to build muscle too. So those things go really hand in hand. Okay. So work on both of those things with my clients. We work on inflammation because inflammation, like I mentioned earlier, is such a big thing. So we we try to remove all of those things from your diet, from your environment that can be causing more inflammation. We work on stress management. You can't totally get rid of stress in your life, but you can work on how you manage that stress. So we spend a lot of time working on stress management. And we work on optimizing your hormones, whether that be, getting some more balance to your hormones, whether that be working on your insulin resistance, working on cortisol by working on stress levels, supplementing with some supplements that can help bring a little bit more balance to those hormones. Or we also work on discussing hormone replacement. That can be an important factor for some women and make a big difference in their ability to feel better and achieve their goals. So anyways, if you're feeling like you're just like feeling hopeless out there, like you've tried everything, nothing is working, let me tell you that it might just be a few little tweaks that you need to make to what you're doing that might make all the difference in the world. I would love to help you with that. If you are struggling, you may know what you need to do, and maybe you just need a little bit of accountability. Either way, like I've said, I've coached thousands of women through the process. I'd love to help you also. I will put the link to schedule a complimentary consultation call, and let's get started.